What's going on, people? And we're back again, bruv. What are you saying, Akeem, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Bro. Look, Premier League's back. I'm excited, I'm
Trust
excited.
me,
I'm
bro.
excited. Finally,
This is
after
the
4
first
months.
day, the first day I've woken up here, and my mind ain't been on anything else that's going
Trust
on
me,
in the world. Just football, blood. Football's
trust me,
actually back now.
trust me. And football banter is back as well. That's what's great about it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. I know we've had Bundesliga and that, but it's not even the same. It's not the same as what's been going on in the Premier League in the last 24 hours.
Bundesliga's trash, bruv. I'm telling you, yeah. Like, bruv, honestly, Sheffield United, yeah, versus flipping Aston Villa, yeah, was more entertaining than anything I've seen in the Bundesliga, bruv. The
For real.
Bundesliga's been boring to me, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's good players in there, but
Well,
watching football.
on that note, obviously Bayern Munich's wrapped up another league anyway. But like I said, who thought any different? Do you know what I'm saying? I know obviously it was a title race before, but they've wrapped that up. So now Dortmund. Well, boy, Dortmund even just lost the other day. A couple of. I think yesterday they even lost at home. But that league is gone. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
the time and attention is all on the Premier League again.
absolutely, bruv. And Timo Werner's been announced at Chelsea now as well. Now the season's over.
Yeah, he came with his 10-second boring ass message. Bro, I thought I was gonna see something exciting, bro. Come on, like man, but anyway.
No.
Bro, he's gonna be exciting on the pitch, isn't it? It's a good signing for them.
It's a good price
and it's a good price
for his age and what he's expected to do in football. You have to say 45 million is very good.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like the one thing about Chelsea though is that it's almost like we know that he's going to fit into the system, but Chelsea was his second choice. I still think in it. I think he wanted to go Liverpool.
I think they couldn't afford him.
He's twerking for Liverpool for 6 months, innit? And now all of a sudden he's at Chelsea because maybe Liverpool didn't move that quick. But that's the way the game goes, isn't it? I don't think every football team. Sometimes on the face of it, it looks like the player went to their dream team. Do you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the time they're going to their second or third choice. Do you know what I mean? But let's see what they do. You know what I'm saying? Big up Chelsea for making a move now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Chelsea moving like a big club, bro. You know what I mean? That's what you do, bro. You identify your target, you slap down the P's, and you welcome them, innit? No bullshit, bro. You know what I mean?
But instead, some certain teams are going to wait till deadline day and then overpay for what 2 or 3 players again. Do you know what I'm saying?
What United will do is, United will literally go back and forth with Dortmund, and then on the last day of the window, we'll pay what they asked.
Yeah,
that's what we'll do, bruv. The same with Harry Maguire. We ended up paying 10 million more.
Yeah,
like it was just dumb, bruv. Man bargained with them for a whole year, then ended up paying 10 million more than we could have got him for the year before, bro.
Straight. Dumb. And we do that all the time. We've been doing that for years. You know what I'm saying? Not as new.
Overpaying for ballers and that. So Chelsea, hats off to them. You've got to say Ziyech and Werner. That's 2 very good signings, bro.
And the rest of their team is obviously maturing as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure where the likes of, I think people like Callum Hudson-Odoi might have to move on. I'm not sure where he's going to find a place in that starting 11. In fact, there's a lot of them youngsters who I'm not sure where they're going to play. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
they're not though.
That's the thing. That's the mad thing. Like, and it's getting to that age where they're not youngsters in the sense that you could just put them in at Luton or something. Do you know what I'm saying? They need to play for a big club. So I'm not sure how they're going to fit all of their man in. And I think some of them is going to have to move on. That's it. Do you know what I mean? You can't keep all of those youngsters there whilst they're learning, while they're growing. Some of them's coming up to their prime in a couple of years' time, and they're not playing. They're playing like 10 games a year.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see if Lampard switches the philosophy at Chelsea more towards giving youth a chance, or if it was just the fact that he didn't have a transfer window, bro, because at the beginning, it looked like he was going to be playing a lot of these young English players. But when you look at the ages of Werner, Ziyech, and Havertz, he's not buying old players, bro. He's buying young players, which means they're definitely going to stunt the development of the current players. Like, definitely.
100%. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, but it comes down to, bro, it comes down to how you can manage all them youngsters at once. Do you know what I mean? With no, the experienced heads, that's where I think Chelsea's downfall is going to be. And I think still, if Man United get Sancho, we're still stronger than Chelsea because the balance of Chelsea's squad is still
Yeah.
The players that are leaders or experienced are all their dead players. Most of their players, obviously,
all their players are on the way out.
Besides Kante, do you know what I'm saying? Most of them are dead. Like their back four is still something that they need to fix. So until that happens, I still think Man United's got a better team in it if we keep hold of all of our players and we get Sancho.
I have to agree. But Chelsea do have some serious quality as well. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
They do have some serious quality.
It's all going to be about if Lampard can do it for them. Do you know what I mean? And how patient they are with him. But I think they're going to be patient because obviously, bro, if they're going to be, if Ollie's going to have if United's going to have the patience of Ollie, then Lampard deserves the patience of Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's see what he does. Like,
yeah,
I like the way he comes across though. That's the thing with Lampard. Like, I know he's had a lot of he's had a lot of bad results this year. Let's not get it twisted. A lot of dodgy results. Yeah. When he talks before and after the game, you can see
he's honest, bro.
What he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And he also can take accountability. Like, he's not coming up with all these mad stuff, these mad quotes, like about excuses about things happening and things not happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, that's what I like about Lampard. He talks like an experienced coach, even though he's not. So
yeah, I have to agree. Like, he takes accountability. He's not afraid to say, you know what, the players know that they didn't do good enough today, etc., etc. Ollie will make jokes about moving the goalpost and things like that, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, we lost because you picked the wrong team, bro.
That's it.
You know, like that. Like, sometimes that just is what it is, isn't it? Whereas, like, I feel like Lampard takes accountability and also puts the accountability on the players when he needs to. I think, he talks like someone that knows what he's doing, bro. And he's an intelligent guy, do you know what I mean? So I have more faith in him as a coach. You know what I'm saying? He seems like he's more experienced in it. And Ollie's got 10 years on it, which is frightening.
10 years.
You know what I mean? Which is frightening. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it's interesting, bro. It's very interesting, to be fair. So, we'll just have to see how it goes, bro. But I don't know. I have to look at Chelsea's business and be like,
Could be.
If I was a Chelsea fan, I would be happy with the business they're doing.
Yeah, for real. That's it. Like, but let's see what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think the next 2-3 games is going to be crucial now. Like, if they don't get top 4, I don't know, bro. I don't know how. I think they've got a squad where a lot of their young players are going to stay anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? None of them. They don't have players that have got issues with going further down or being in the Europa League even. But we'll see what happens in it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. He's saying, he's a Chelsea fan. He said he feels the same way about Lampard, but Ollie used to say all the right things at first as well. So I don't know about this whole politician, but I think the difference between Ollie and Lampard is Ollie's comments were all about the club, innit? They were all sentiment comments. They weren't about the football that was being played. That's completely different. From a tactical point of view, I feel like Lampard, when he speaks, he says, you know what, we didn't do this well. Like, we kept possession well up until the final third, but the boys, there was one game where I remember specifically, it was like the boys weren't taking enough risks on the passes. They were bottling it. Like, they know who they are. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell that he's analysing the game, whereas Ollie would be like, like, these kids, they know they need to work harder and this, that, and the other. Bruv, it's not always about running. It's not always about the badge. It's not always about, the guys that aren't putting in the effort, they're not going to be here, bruv. Sometimes take accountability for the type of football, the reasons why things didn't go the way they went. Do you see what I'm saying? Ollie's was more political.
Yeah, you're right. I remember the telling games. I think, like, don't quote me on this, but I remember there was a few dodgy Chelsea performances in the Champions League. The first 3 or 4 games, I think they lost. They got slapped by Valencia or something, or Ajax came back and beat them when they were 2-0 up or something. And I remember the way Lampard handled the press. He made it so the players and the fans will be filled with confidence in it. Whereas when Man United lose, not just Ollie, but he's a good example. He doesn't fill the fans and probably the players with confidence. Like, he doesn't make it seem like he knows what happened and what went wrong. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's the big difference. And Lampard seems to be able to do that, which is why Chelsea fans are not as upset when he comes.
Absolutely, bro. I think that the football intelligence, the difference, I think you can see it in it. It's there to see by the way he analyzes the game. You're saying, what are your thoughts on Carragher's comments on David Luiz? I personally think Carragher needs to respect Luiz more and remember that Luiz has played at the highest level and won. Bro,
what did Carragher say again?
What specifically did Carragher say that you took exception to, guys? Because obviously Carragher was very critical of him. But one thing I would say, is that Jamie Carragher was a shit centre back, bruv. Like, let's not, bruv. He's got more own goals than he's got goals at the other end for Liverpool. Like, honestly, yeah, he's got more own goals than he's got goals in the other end.
That's mad.
Yeah, like, bruv. Understand? Jamie Carragher, Calamity Carragher, bruv. That's what he was. He was a liability, bro. Know what I mean? He's got his legend status at Liverpool due to his longevity and the fact that Liverpool were actually shit when he played for them. So because of that, yeah, man could be starting for them. He wasn't good, bro. He wasn't a good football player, bro. And just obviously, David Luiz he's a mess, innit? He's a mess. But the way Carragher went in on him, it's like, bruv, you're a pundit, you're on TV.
What did he do? Just start talking mad about him or something?
Bro, he was talking reckless, bro. Like he did, just like he didn't like him, bro. Like he was just pamming him off, bro. Like he was honestly like, he was like, oh, we don't think we're ever going to see him in the Premier League again, and this, that, and the other, like that, bro.
I think the thing is with it, yeah, is that David Luiz, if I'm honest, yeah, he's one of them players who I just feel he always played in the wrong position, innit? I don't think he was a centre back.
He's a DM, bro. Like, when he played DM for Chelsea, he looked all right.
Exactly, the DM. Like, I don't know why he decided to become a centre back, or why all the coaches just don't try him in midfield. Because he, as a footballer, is a good footballer, innit? No, that's undoubtedly. But his footballing brain and his defensive ability is terrible. Terrible. And if you can't make decisions like one-on-one, you shouldn't be a centre back. Like if you can't manage players without doing reckless stuff, you shouldn't be a centre back at any level, innit? And I just don't understand why the guy plays centre back. Full stop.
You know what's funny, yeah? I saw a story with David Luiz, yeah, and he spoke about when he changed to centre half, and he said that he changed into centre half very late, bro. Very late. He said that he went to one tournament and he was actually like a number 10 or something like that. And then they were short of players, innit? And he was on the bench and he was like, right, I'll play centre back. And he played well. And I think he changed his position as a teenager, innit?
Exactly.
So, you can tell, bro, because he's not a natural defender, bro. His technical ability is very good.
Yeah,
you know I'm saying? He's a good passer. When I saw him play defensive midfield for Chelsea, he looked comfortable there, bro. Do you know what I mean? I just think that his decision making at vital times is what lets him down, innit? And his starting position. And starting position is something that you learn over time playing in a position, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You understand where to be, where to position yourself between the man and the player, etc., when to step in, when not to step in, when to drop off. He doesn't have that. His technical ability is there, but his mental side of the game, he lacks.
Yeah, and also his awareness. Like, if you look back, I saw some highlights of some of his other red cards or mad decisions, and he doesn't look around. He doesn't analyze where he is on the pitch and where his other players are. Good defenders, even before they slide in, they'll read the game and know, all right, I've got no one behind me anyway, so I may as well go in, or blah blah blah. Or there is someone who could cover me in about 5 seconds. Let me just hold him up. Let me stand him up.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And he doesn't even do that. It's like he's just playing reckless. Do you know what I'm saying? It's complete reckless behavior. But like, I know we're going to talk about the Arsenal Chelsea Man City game, but like, the mad thing about it is that David Luiz has got, I saw the stat, he's had something like 6 red cards. His record at Arsenal, yeah, he's had more yellow cards and red cards at Arsenal than he has in his entire Chelsea career, innit?
But then that tells you, yeah, the level of the team he's playing in. That's more of, do you know what I mean? That's more of a reflection on how shit Arsenal are.
Because let me just say that, like, don't get twisted. I'm not defending David Luiz in any way in it. Yeah. And I agree. He was a liability yesterday. He definitely cost. Well, I don't know if he cost Arsenal the game, which we have to come to in a second because I think they were going to lose anyway.
They were getting pammed, bro. Sterling missed like an easy chance.
I'm seeing Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, if David Luiz didn't do that stupidness, we could have won that game." Like, bro, you weren't going to win nothing that yesterday. David Luiz is just giving you a good excuse. That's the reason why you lost in it. Let's be real. But either way, David Luiz is one of them players that it proves it. Like, when he's in other teams, when he's in better setups, he doesn't make as many mistakes, and he's a good centre back. He's not a good centre back, but he don't get cussed out. And let's not get it twisted. He's one of the most loved footballers in the world. You know, like besides Ronaldo and Messi, he's top 5 in the world in terms of love. All in Brazil, in France, in across Europe even. And to Chelsea before he even moved on.
I don't know why that is, but yeah, he has got a big reputation in the game. I don't know why.
So he's not, yeah, exactly. But he's not a hated footballer worldwide, innit? So when Arsenal bought him, I felt like Arsenal bought him for a big, like, obviously they thought he was going to be a great centre back, but they probably thought he's going to be a big pull. He's going to be a great marketing piece for Arsenal, and it was a complete disaster. That's it. It's a disaster.
Bro, of course, playing in a bad team makes you get carded, bro. Because at Arsenal, I think I've never seen him, make more last-ditch challenges than playing for Arsenal, bro.
Arsenal make everyone look bad, man. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, he is a liability at the best of times. But when you're surrounded by players that don't give you confidence and don't protect you, of course. Of course, bruv, you're gonna make more mistakes, bro. I mean, it goes without saying. It's just like I remember Paul Merson said, about Harry Maguire when we were gonna sign him, and he said this guy's been playing in a 3 at the back. Do you know what I mean? For a team that plays quite a low block, you're gonna have to have a different amount of quality, to play in a 4 at the back for Man United, who have quite a higher line than what he's used to. He's going to get exposed more. And that's exactly what's happened. There's been better times where straight balls through, that have broken the lines have caught man out, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it matters who you're playing with. The system matters. The kind of protection you have matters. You know what I mean? And also what kind of protection you have is vital, bro.
100%. Like, that's the reason why I always say, like, even when we were talking about David De Gea a couple of weeks ago, David De Gea at his prime at Man United, bro, he had to deal with stuff that no Man United keeper in the last 30 years has had to deal with. The team that he had in front of him, he must have been shaking every minute of every game. He must have been worried playing when the ball, bro, when strikers are running towards, and you got Smalling, who wasn't as good back then, and you got Jones, and you got a striker running at them, bro, you know that you're going to be one-on-one with that striker. You know they're going to finish and clear out Jones. Your confidence is mad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a complete different gravy to Alisson, who has Van Dijk in front of him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Completely different. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. If David De Gea is doing 300 saves a season, obviously he's going to get caught out now and again where he does make a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I realize that. People need to understand that.
It's very true. And that's why, like, prime David De Gea, when he got, I think, 3 out of 4 player of the years, that level of goalkeeping we haven't seen at the club, bro. We haven't. Because we haven't seen our goalkeepers even have to make that many saves, bro. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes the best goalkeepers, like we said, are the goalkeepers at the smaller clubs sometimes, because even though they concede more goals, they make more saves. Yeah, man, like Yaskalainen was getting peppered. Yeah, like we said, Yaskalainen at Bolton used to get peppered and he used to make bare 6 saves. And I always looked at him and I was like, bruv, he could play for a top 4 club, because the saves that this guy makes, if Bolton did win a game, it was because he made 5 saves. You know what I'm saying? 5 top class saves. It was always because of the keeper. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was worth a certain number of points to the team. He was that good. And a lot of the time, what happens is you get goalkeepers at bigger clubs, that probably aren't as good as the players in the younger in the lower clubs, but they're more respected because they're more of a household name. But ability wise, there's not much in it.
But even on that note, then, what do you think is with Arsenal? Then, what do you think with the Czech and Luiz thing? Yeah, because both of them came and just became flops, didn't it? What do you? Why do you think that even happened? Like because they were. You know what I'm saying? Czech was another example. Like Arsenal fans hated him by the time he left.
But Czech was done when he went to Arsenal anyway. He was finished when he went to Arsenal. So was David Luiz. Both of them went to Arsenal because it was in London and they got an offer. They didn't have to move house. That's the honest.
Then the question is that Arsenal shouldn't have bought them. Then you're saying?
No, they shouldn't. Arsenal bought 2 players past their best, and it was only their name that made the signing kind of make sense. But when you looked at the level they were playing at, it didn't make no damn sense, bro. Didn't make no sense. So honestly, Arsenal got what they deserved, didn't it, with signing them 2, man. And now it looks like Aubameyang's gonna leave. Honestly, if you're an Arsenal fan,
I didn't even see. I genuinely, no banter. Yeah, like I had to go on Score Center on my phone after like 50 minutes or something. I had to check if Aubameyang was still in the field. Like I genuinely was like, bro, I didn't see him touch the ball for the longest time. I saw he had to even come back and defend to try and touch the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? And bro, with Arsenal, like I just don't. I saw that starting 11 in it, and all banter aside, like the gap between Arsenal and Man City is so big that bench of Man City's would walk into Arsenal's team in it. And that's the maddest thing. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I saw Arsenal starting 11, and I was thinking, after 4 months off, that's your full strength squad. Besides Ozil, that's your full strength starting 11, bro. Come on, that's weak.
Bruv, you know what's mad about Arsenal? Yeah, like if you're an Arsenal fan, you should be very worried. You know, very worried because when you lose Aubameyang, without Champions League football, you do not have the clout as a club here to attract a player of his caliber again. You're gonna have to start shopping. You're gonna have to start shopping in the mid-table.
They'll say they got Laka and Pepe though.
Bruv, they're gonna have to start shopping for mid-table players, bro, because like it or not, they're a mid-table club now, and it's not just because of the players they have, but also they're not a very attractive club, bro. Like brand-wise, they're not. Like the thing is with Liverpool, when Liverpool was shit, they still had their history. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Arsenal are a good domestic club. They got no European titles, so it's like the prestige of the club is dying every season. They're in the Europa League.
Trust me,
it's dying.
And all these things don't help. Like if you've got one of these young upcoming managers and you take an Arteta, you need to have the spending power and the clout to be able to get big names in. Because if you're because otherwise all you are is a club that's got a young manager that's unproven, and you just got bare youngsters, which is now what Arsenal's in. Because I'll be honest, like if Aubameyang leaves, Ozil would go out the door as well. Ozil will leave as well. So if Ozil and Aubameyang leaves, which is their only 2 world-class players,
and good players want to play with good players.
The players who I thought was good at Arsenal have not flourished yet. I'm not going to say they're not going to be good, but they haven't flourished yet. Like Guendouzi, Torreira, they're just okay in it. They're not as good as I thought they would become a year on. So when you look at these, man, I'm thinking, who else have you got? You got Pepe, who still hasn't proven nothing, since he's come. Do you know what I'm saying? And you got Lacazette. The rest of your team's youngsters. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. For Arsenal, I'll be worried if I was an Arsenal fan. No banter. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be more. I said that to an Arsenal fan, and they said, "Oh, you're a United fan, so you need to shut up." And I'm like, "No, you don't understand." I'm saying, regardless of where anyone finishes this season, Man United still has a core great team in it to build on. Arsenal do not. That's the problem, innit?
Yeah. But that's it. This guy said he doesn't agree Arsenal are global. Bruv, it's not even about global, bro. Like, honestly, from a football perspective, there's nothing about Arsenal that would attract any player with any ambition. Because you look at this Arsenal squad, the manager, and you can say, all right, cool. If I go to Arsenal, I'm accepting that I'm not going to challenge for anything, bro. Maybe the Europa League. Maybe. You know what I mean? If you've got any ambition, You're not going to Arsenal, guys. You're not in it. Like it's bad, bruv. Like it's really bad. This is the worst state I've seen Arsenal in. Like I remember when everyone was screaming Wenger out and that. Did Wenger ever have these man ninth in the league?
No. Never.
There you go. Like this is the worst Arsenal have been. And they've spent the money. You know what I mean? So he spent 70 odd million on one player. So from breaking club records again and again and again and again, yeah, because I remember their record signing under Wenger wasn't expensive at all before they started doing the whole Ozil thing. Like for one period of time, I think Silva and Mildred was their record signing for ages. You know what I mean? And then they finally slapped down some piece, started spending money, and it didn't help, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think Arsenal fans should genuinely be worried, bro. I think that Arsenal are going to struggle to finish in the top 6 for a few seasons to come, bro.
Do you think there was a chance that they could have pulled off an upset yesterday?
Nah. I mean, I always said that if depending on if City took it seriously in terms of their training and stuff like that. Because to be fair, City didn't look amazing, but Arsenal looked very, very bad.
Trust me. But I could tell once Pep brought on Phil Foden at 55 minutes, I thought, yeah, he don't respect Arsenal.
And then Foden scored as well.
Exactly, bro. When it got to that point, he was like, yeah, this game's done. You know what I'm saying? This game's done. Like, and I'm still like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not even sure about Arteta, innit? I'm not sure about him, but we'll see. Time will tell. I
think this is a very valid comment about Arteta. He could be the LBG 2.0. Good coach, but dead players to implement his style of play and tactics. I think you're spot on.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on with that. You know what I mean? I don't think LBG was backed monetarily to get the players he wanted. He wasn't. You know what I'm saying? No, he's not. He wasn't backed the way Ollie's been backed. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. Like Ollie specifically wanted specific players, and he's got all the players he specifically wanted. LBG, like our whole transfer policy's changed since LVG, even since Mourinho, because even Mourinho and LVG said I gave Ed Woodward a list of players that I wanted, and then he went and he negotiated, and then he got me whatever he could get me. And there's a first choice, second choice, third choice, whatever. It looks like Ollie's got his first choice targets pretty much every time he's gone for it. So I think that we're going for quality instead of trying to get the second, the third, the fourth choice. LBG never got his first choice players. He openly said that. A lot of his first choice players he wanted, he didn't get. You know what I mean? I know he wanted Sadio Mane, he didn't get him. I know he wanted Thomas Muller, he didn't get him. There's certain players that he wanted, bro. You know what I mean? So I have to say, with Arteta, if they don't back him monetarily, I think they could struggle because the brand of football that he wants to play, they don't have the players, bro. They do not have the players. And yesterday, I was caught in two minds because I thought, you know what, Pep understudy, maybe he's got an antidote for the way that Pep wants to play. But then when I looked at the players, when I saw the starting lineup, I was like, bruv, even if he does have the antidote, he ain't got the players to even execute it.
Boy, I don't know. Boy, with Arteta, it's just one of them ones, isn't it? It's like he needs time to prove himself. He needs time to implement his tactics. I think sometimes it comes down to a respect thing as well. I don't know. I think when you're a young manager like him, you need to be, you need to implement your style on people and in some sort of formal way, and I don't know if Arteta, I don't know how he would come across in the dressing room. Like I don't know if he's got that energy to match what Arsenal need right now. I think he's a good manager to have when you've got a stable structure and the chemistry in the team is good. And all of those factors. I think right now, Arteta, I don't know if he can't teach the players anything. He can't coach the players anything of his experience. All he can say is, well, when I was at City, well, no one, bro, when you were assistant manager at City, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if that's enough now. And I think in this world now, in 2020, I think some players and fans as well, they look at managers in a different way than they did 20 years ago. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think now it's just a bit like, Arteta, what can you really do for us? That's where some players might be looking like, what can you really do for us? And I wish him all the best in it. Like, he seems like a nice guy, but I just don't think he's gonna be able to. I think you needed an Allegri. You needed a manager whether they're better or not, you needed a manager with experience to cope with a half negative club, which they are at the moment. They're toxic. You need to be able to have an experienced manager for that. If you're not an experienced manager, then you're not going to be able to deal with it. So that's it.
This guy saying that Arteta's lineup was awful. I don't think it was awful. I think that he had an idea of what he wanted to execute, and the players just weren't good enough, bro.
Who's their most expensive player? They didn't play. Oh, Pepe. Okay.
Pepe, yeah. The highest earners Ozil, and then obviously they didn't play Martinelli. But bruv, in a game where you know that you're not gonna monopolize possession, it would make sense to sacrifice Ozil. I get that. It also makes sense to sacrifice Pepe because defensively Pepe is not going to give you what other players would. So no, those made sense to me. I think everything he did made sense, but they just don't have quality in depth, man. You know what I mean? Big up everyone watching as well. Over 600 watching. Smash the like button. I honestly do think that he did the right things. If I was him, I would have done exactly the same things. You don't play Ozil and Pepe because they're passengers in a system where you need guys to press. I probably wouldn't even have started Aubameyang in that game, bro.
That's why Laka should have played.
Yeah, I would have started Laka instead of Aubameyang because again, Aubameyang doesn't offer anything defensively, and he relies heavily on service. And in a game where I know that I'm not going to monopolize the ball and probably not going to create many chances, I would sacrifice Aubameyang and play Lacazette. Do you see what I'm saying?
You know full well, like, especially when you're a new manager to a team, if you leave out the best player and lose, even if you lose to City, you're asking for fans to get on your back. Because I guarantee if he done that, even if everything happened as it did yesterday, then fans will be like, why do you leave out Aubameyang? And that would have been part of the thing they would hold against Arteta. And remember, Arsenal's already a toxic club as it is. Toxic in the sense that like Stan Kroenke doesn't invest in the club. They've had multiple managers in the last couple of years that have not done well. Do you know what I'm saying? And toxic in the sense that it's like the players at the moment, because let's not get twisted, the players are outspoken and the players are saying all other different types of madness. Like I think players like Bellerin and Ozil, I don't think they would get along. I can see there's being bare issues with that dressing room at the moment because they're so different and they've got different beliefs to the way they do things, innit? So I don't know, man. I don't know, but we'll see.
What did you think of the thing? Like I tweeted yesterday, they gave Kevin De Bruyne the man of the match. He was never man of the match for me, bro. I watched the whole game.
I'm hearing Arsenal fans say Leno was man of the match.
I don't know about any of that, but you know what I say about certain biases, bro. Kevin De Bruyne is a world-class player. He looked off the pace yesterday, bro. Like he got an assist, yeah. If they're gonna give it that, yeah. The pass was shit, bro. And then David Luiz turned it into an assist, yeah. But De Bruyne shanked that. His final ball yesterday wasn't good at all. There was even a chance where he was encroaching on the box here and he tried to slide Sterling in and he overhit the pass. And then Sterling fucked up the cross and it went out for a throw-in. But everything that De Bruyne did yesterday, he looked very rusty, bro. And Gary Neville gave him man of the match because he scored a penalty.
He didn't even look fit.
He didn't look fit, bruv. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't even run. You know what I mean? He looked overweight. And he got taken off because Pep knew he wasn't fit. You see what I'm saying? And he got man of the match.
Everyone loves a bit of KDB in it. That's right.
Bruv, the bias is the reason why, I always just pam him when I get an opportunity, bruv. Not because he's not world class, because he is. But, man, when he does basic things, man go so far over the top that it's just so jarring, bruv. He was never man of the match, bro. Sterling had a better game than him for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? David Silva quietly went about his business yesterday in midfield, like he always does. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bruv, like get off.
You know what? I couldn't even pick out the man of the match because I think like you said, I don't think anyone nobody stood out. No one played a 10 out of 10, innit?
Nobody stood out. No one even played a 9 out of 10, bro.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just think it was a good team performance from the City. They done what they needed to do.
Yeah.
And really, it was really more Arsenal being bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so.
You know
I think if Arsenal were half decent, they could have got a draw yesterday. City weren't great.
Arsenal bend over every time they play City, though. That's what I'm saying. They bend over every single time they play City. Like they've been stacked 3-0 3 times now by City in the last year and a half or something.
Yeah.
It's mad.
See, I'm seeing Bearman's in here say David Silva. That's what I mean. That's what I saw. You know what I mean? I saw David Silva have a great game, and he's saying first half De Bruyne was shaky. He wasn't good, bro. Mendy had a good game as well. He did have a very good game. Gundogan had a good game as well. Mahrez had a good game, but I'd say he had a good half actually. First half, I think Mahrez looked good, and then he got a bit tired. But I just think that out of all of them, I think that De Bruyne was one of their worst players, bro. Like, he looked very shaky. And when I say one of their worst, I mean compared to the levels that you expect from him, he was nowhere near the level that we've seen him at. Do you know what I'm saying? And for Gary Neville, his default thing is give it to De Bruyne. And that tells you about media bias, yeah, and how they rate these men, bro. It's a mad thing.
But then Pogba has to probably do some super. He's got to score a free kick, header, do mad tricks for 90 minutes to even get the man the match award.
Bro, they'll never give him man of the match if he didn't score and assist and everything, bro. No chance. No chance. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a mad one. And what about fucking Pep Guardiola yesterday, my guy, bro? Like, bro, that speech, yeah, like the interview that he gave after the game completely caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that shit, bro. Like, for me, he raised the bar yesterday, bro. In terms of all the football managers I've heard speak about, like, the issue that's going on right now, he absolutely hit the nail on the head, yeah. But he went in deeper than I thought he was going to, bro. Like, I didn't expect it at all, bro.
What, coming out of 400 years, yeah? Yeah.
Bro, when he said that, yeah, that's when I realized that, yo, this ain't no gimmick, you know. Because he could have easily come out and just said, oh, you know what? I'm behind it. I've got black players, this, that, and the other, and that. When my man started breaking down the 400 years, the man said, I'm ashamed and all these things, I was like, raw, blood. Someone's been educating him. Either he's been doing the reading, reading himself, or he sat down with people like Raheem Sterling, yeah, and Raheem has educated this guy, yeah, to the point where he genuinely has empathy for the situation, innit? Because let's be honest, yeah, Pep's had a shaky past when it comes to race relations, man. You know what I mean? You've had people like Yaya Toure, Samuel Eto'o come out and say that he don't like African players. And to be fair, everywhere he goes, he does kind of get rid of them, bro. So his record is shaky, bro. Do you know what I mean? And then he had the comment that he came out with and he was like, oh, black people, some normal people. And he was just like, yo, what do you mean, bro? Do you know what I mean? That could have been lost in translation, or that could have been like, yo, blood, that's a bit sketchy. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah man. Like, I feel like that wasn't gimmicky.
I just feel, I don't think it was gimmicky. I think it was a good speech, innit? I think, like, with Pep, he's, do you know what I'm saying? He's the sort of person who can give that speech, innit? Because he seems like he can rant and kind of like, not only can he rant, but he looks like the sort of person who would actually go on YouTube and spend a couple of hours. Because that's all everyone needs to do as a first step in it. Just go on YouTube for a couple of hours and research the reparations that black people expect. Research what happened after the slave trade. Research everything that's happened in the last couple of 100 years. This ain't 1995, innit? There's internet and there's YouTube. Do you know what I'm saying? So the reality is there's no excuse for no one not to. And I feel like he's the sort of person, because of the way he's carried himself in coaching, that he probably did just sit down one day and just do it himself. He probably just done the research himself. And he's only noticed, you know, the sad thing though, about things like this is that, and I know it's better late than never, innit? But sometimes it's like, you got to 50 years old until you realize this. That's mad. And that's what I've realized over the last couple of weeks, innit? I'm like, you know, when people say, like, you get these 55-year-olds or 60-year-olds saying, I can't believe that I've only just noticed that there is white privilege. I'm like, like, you've only just noticed now.
Yeah,
like,
but think about it. It's their privilege,
yeah.
To not have to know these things exist, bro. That's a privilege in itself.
100%. And that's why I'm not mad at it. It's just a surprise. You know what I'm saying? It's a surprise that when they say it, I'm like, wow, you've only just noticed now after all of this. But big up himself for saying the comment.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing, bro, because it showed people, bro, you're never too old. Do you know what I mean? You're never too white, to learn these things, bro. You know them ones, regardless of whether it affects you or not, because Pep don't have to research. He doesn't, bro. It don't affect Pep Guardiola. He's a multi-millionaire. Do you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to care, bruv, about any of this.
And let's not get it twisted on that as well. There's even black people who are rich who have come out and even acted like they don't care themselves.
Or haven't said anything.
You know what I'm saying? There's people like Lil Wayne who even just came out and said, "Oh, I don't know if you even saw what he said."
Yeah, what about the police officer saved his life and he keeps telling us that shit story all the time, bro. Fuck Lil Wayne, bro.
No, do you know what he said?
No.
Bro, he came out and said, he said, I ain't putting any post up about George Floyd or any protest. Do you know why? Because every single time this happens, you black people don't do nothing about it. So this time, I'm not doing anything about it either. That's it. Bro, he came out, yeah. So he was like, I ain't putting nothing out about it.
That's fine anyway. Lil Wayne don't want a career, blood, because his career is over, bro. No one's going to support man anymore, bro. They'll boycott his club, bro. You know the man's there, Young Money, bro. His money better be long, I'm telling you, because, boy, if he's got debts or whatever, he's done out here, bro.
That's it. But that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with the privileges that sometimes people are rich for so long, they even forget what it's like to and that's why big up. I don't even think we've spoken about it, but big up even what Marcus Rashford's done, because Marcus Rashford, forgetting his age, he's rich enough to not need to care about any of these things. And for him to be
that's his family though. You have to big up his mum, brother, how she's raised him, innit? Because that's not him, that's his upbringing, bro. Like he's a kid. Like a 22-year-old child to be that socially aware, it's only down to how he's been raised. Only. You know them ones, because if his family didn't raise him to have his feet on the ground, he wouldn't be doing anything like that, bro. And the fact that he's taken the high ground and he's feeding the kids of the same racist people that were out there marching against his right to equality as a human being, it's amazing, bro. Because don't get it twisted, there's a lot of working class white families, that are gonna have food on their table because of him. Do you know what I mean? And he didn't have to do that, bro. Especially in the current climate, where man are out here threatening to boycott Manchester United because it's got Black Lives Matters on the shirt. Did you see all the stuff that was going around on the internet? Remember how long ago I've been telling people about our racist fans, and everyone's been saying, "Oh yeah, you're playing the race card." There's a reason why United, out of every team in the league, have the most. They had the most arrests for racially aggravated violence and stuff like that. Football matches. It's our fans, bro. Like, and I've been saying it. United fans and other fans are always quick to point at.
Yeah, I've seen all this nonsense about playing race card this, playing race card that. It's like this is what people don't understand is that, like, I think someone messaged me the other day and or DM me saying something like, why do you keep going on about this stuff? Like, and the thing is about it is that people don't understand, but if you don't keep going on about it, then things don't, not only do things not happen, it means people don't even, the people in privileged positions don't even think about it. Like I said, if we didn't take it this far with the whole Black Lives Matter situation, people like Pep Guardiola wouldn't even have woken up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So when people say, "Oh, race card this, race card that," bro, you've got to talk about it. It's got to be spoken about. Do you know what I'm saying? So big up Rashford anyway for doing that, because at the end of the day, Rashford ain't no 35-year-old trying to cling to a contract or trying to get a pundit job while he's doing this. Bro, he's got no agenda. He's 22 years old. Bro, no one would have minded if he spent all lockdown playing computer games. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a kid.
Yeah.
No one would have minded. But bro, he's been out here, because that's not the only thing he's done, but he's been out here for the last couple of months doing work. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro, and it shows, it's a credit to the man, bro, and that's why I say I always separate the man from the player, bro. No matter how frustrated I've been with him during his development as a player, as a human being, no one can't chat to me about Marcus Rashford, bro, because he's a tribute to just humanitarianism as a whole, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's a tribute, to the human race, bro, because for him to do that, especially in a time like this, do you know what I mean? Where like racial tension is very high, a lot of political stuff's going on, it's massive, bro. And these same men that be out here, like I said, marching, saying, "Oh, we're not supporting United because it's Black Lives Matter shit." Well, guess what, bro? You know what I mean? Black man's feeding your kids, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So what? You're not gonna take the money because a black man sorted it out for you? These men are fucking idiots. And you know what's the best thing about these fans, yeah? The best thing about these idiots are, yeah? They want to keep politics and football separate, yeah? Just Google Sir Alex Ferguson, yeah? And the Tory party or Margaret Thatcher and see how many times Sir Alex Ferguson has roasted the Tories, Margaret Thatcher and whatever. He was a very well-known, left-leaning, politically involved human being, you know, and he's the most successful manager in the history of the
country. Even the media, he's shunned off bare times. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. So them man want to separate politics, yeah, and football when it suits them. But as soon as someone doesn't wear a poppy, yeah, these men are up in arms. Well, fuck your poppy then, bruv, because if there's no room for politics in football, then don't put poppies on football shirts. Don't put them on there.
Like I said, football is rotten, like to the core in racism, innit? Top to bottom, do you know what I'm saying? Is rotten. Like, and there's so many issues with, especially with fans, you know what I'm saying? And we've seen that in the last couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing it today. Like, if you even just look at the timeline, you'll see people stop talking about Black Lives Matter. Oh, you're playing the race card. Anytime people say comments like that, yeah, you already know what type of person they are, innit? That's
Bro,
it.
Anyone that could find something wrong with what Marcus Rashford's doing, yeah, you know why it is. Because if Harry Kane did it, then man wouldn't have the same energy, innit? Like, literally, you got people out here actually being unappreciative for what Marcus has done. And it tells you, yeah, that it's a disease, isn't it? It's a mental illness, racism. That's what it is. You're mentally ill, bro. That's what you are. You've been mentally manipulated to the point where, like, you're not all here, innit? You're fucking deluded. Do you know what I mean? It don't make sense, bro. There's no consistency in their behavior. You can't want to see poppies on football shirts, want to keep fucking statues up here, but then you don't agree with the rights of a certain people based on their race being a thing, bro. Like, there's no correlation. It's not, we hate politics in football, but Sir Alex Ferguson's openly political. It's all right because it's him. It's all right or it's not.
Bro, all of it just comes to knowledge, innit? And that's what I've realized. You know what? I realized this years ago when I realized this country is ignorant to the core, yeah? I know we're not even talking about that, but I remember watching a video about Brexit, innit, after it happened. And a woman went round and just asked people, oh, why did you vote to come out to Brexit? And then people were just stuttering. Yeah, because we want our jobs back. You know, people didn't even know. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll be real with you, yeah? If I was to get a mic, yeah, and walk around the mid 11th of November with people with their poppies and say, why exactly are you wearing a poppy? Bro, I bet you at least half of my answers, they wouldn't know. They'd just be like, oh, for our country. Bro, they don't even know. They don't even know. That's the problem. And it's like, this situation, people don't even know. You saw the nonsense that came out today about people thinking the kneeling was for Game of Thrones. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem. You don't even do the research. Yeah. So that's why you think this whole thing's a joke. You think man is kneeling because of flipping Game of Thrones. Oh my days. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just dumb, bro. Do you know how dumb that is? But it is what it is. And I just ask people to educate themselves, innit? YouTube is one platform. There's loads of video platforms, but there's places online to research. Google is your friend, innit? Yeah. If you don't understand and you're getting angry, yeah, there's reasons why thousands of people are talking about the same thing every single day. Research it. Simple.
Yeah. Man is saying all fan bases have racist fans. No fan base is worse than another fan base, bro. Racism, yeah, is a social problem, bro. Every city, every town in this whole country has racists in it. No team's worse than any other team. No, like they're all bad, bruv. I swear down, fam. Like, let's not say you're more racist than me, bruv. Bad is bad, bruv. We shouldn't be commending teams because they're less racist, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? That's like man saying, oh, you know what, yeah? We're saying, oh, Rolf Harris is less of a pedo than Jimmy Savile, blood. Like, man can't say less of, blood. Yeah. It's like,
oh, you are, innit?
It's either you're a nonce or you're not, innit? Like, man can't be saying he's less of, blood. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And that's why when man are comparing Churchill and Hitler, saying, oh, Churchill's not that bad. He's not as bad as Hitler. Imagine Hitler that's the level. That's what you're comparing, man, to. Like, is that where the ground is, Hitler, yeah?
But you know what? Saying that, that's the thing. Like the problem is like, and for people who don't even get what Rants is saying about social issues, bro. Most of these man, yeah, when you hear them shouting racist stuff when they're out in the games, whether it's Old Trafford, whether it's Anfield, it don't matter, bro. These man are going home eating flipping steak and chips, yeah, and people will be their mum and dad is just shouting off mad stuff about Asians or black people or whatever. So it's just normal for them. So it's a social issue because they learn it at home. No one tells them that it's wrong. They go to school, people still do it.
They don't learn it at home. Let's go back. They learn it at school, and then they go home, and it's reinforced at home. Yeah. Everything you learn in school programs you for this life, bro. Do you know what I mean? Before we go back onto football, yeah, let me just tell you about this education system, yeah, because, bro, when it comes to education, bro, I've done my thing, yeah. The education system is a certain way, yeah, because of the industrial. If anyone knows anything about the Industrial Revolution, I know a lot of you lot are young. You learn the Industrial Revolution at school. That's why when you go to school, what do they teach you? They teach you woodwork. They teach you basic maths and science. They teach you that I made a plastic bag holder, bruv, out of wood. Man don't need a plane and a standing knife and that. You do fucking design technology, all these other things to prepare you to go work in a factory, bruv. In 2020. Yeah. We don't work in factories no more.
Wrong era.
You leave school knowing how to fucking plane objects, yeah, and do all these other things, yeah. You learn school, you don't know how to calculate taxes, you don't know how to register a business, you don't know how to do so many basic things, yeah. You don't know how to work out your VAT, your taxes. School teaches you to become a fucking slave to the system, lad. That's what it does. That's all it does. Pythagoras ain't never helped me a day in my life. Do you know what I'm saying? Neither has.
He never will.
Bruv, man can tell you the name of all of Henry VIII's wives, yeah? But man can't fucking calculate their own tax. Or man don't even know how to register to vote. Do you see what I'm saying? The education system is so far behind. It hasn't been updated since that time, bro. Do you know what I mean? So all it teaches you is Henry the fucking VIII, blood, and the Battle of Hastings and all these other bullshit things that we don't need to know.
And the Tudors.
And the Tudors, bro. What do we need to know? And then of Mice and Men in English, bro. Most people, yeah, that speak English as a first language don't speak English better than foreign people. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because foreign people learn how to speak their language. They learn about past tense, present tense, different verbs, adjectives, and different how to use words, bro. Most people that speak English, when they're writing it, they don't understand. So a lot of them don't know the difference between there, and they are, bro. Like people that, like stuff like that. People don't know how to use two, yeah, with two O's and two with one O because they don't understand the formulation of English language, bro.
100%.
They don't understand it, bro. Most people that speak this language in this country, school doesn't even teach you how to use English properly. Do you know what I mean?
But that's why the internet has no bounds. Do you know what I'm saying? This is where now you're seeing the difference now between the educated person who will be going through the school system, you know, getting a degree, master's degree and all of that, and someone who doesn't. And now you see that gap not only getting smaller, but in many ways, the person who didn't even go through that typical system is smarter because they're learning the right things that they need to learn, yeah, online. Simple. Whereas 30, 40 years ago, you couldn't do that. You had to listen to the tutors. That was the only thing that you could learn. You couldn't learn about more history unless you went to some particular type of library and understood colonialism and all of this stuff. You wouldn't understand it. But now, like you said, the core thing is even basic stuff like taxation or how to live. Do you know what I'm saying? In this world, 2020, not done. You can't do it. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't do it.
But this is it, bro. Like, understand the interest of the government, yeah, is to produce good slaves to go and work in their factories for all the big companies, yeah, that make the majority of the money, like Amazon and this, that, and the other. They don't want you lot to gather enough knowledge to start your own businesses. They only want one Mark Zuckerberg. They don't want 10 because you're eating into their money.
100%.
And then these men don't pay tax. So who's going to work and pay tax, yeah, for these men, yeah, if they're not? They need good little slaves to go and work in their normal jobs and pay taxes. That's what they need, bruv. So you can pay for the politicians. Like, the system's built a certain way, so they don't want to educate you. People laugh at Floyd Mayweather and say he's illiterate, but he's got more money than all of us combined. So what? Do you know what I mean? Because school don't mean you're educated. You know what I'm saying? And he's
but like they always say, do you know what I'm saying? Like there was a saying, you not everyone can be the coffee shop manager, in it. There needs to be someone who is making the coffees, in it. And that is
exactly
that is always going to outweigh the manager. That's the reason why it works like that. That's the reason why every company works in a type of way where there's many burger flippers and a lot of people who are frying chips. There's only 1 or 2 people at the top, and it will always be like that. And until you learn what to do to get to the top, you'll always be stuck at the bottom pile, because that's what the system's made, to make you do that. Done.
Amen. Done. Perfect. Exactly that. There you go. You know what I mean? They glorify the British Empire, but guess what? Yeah, for as racist as these British people are, there's nothing more British than multiculturalism, bruv. Because literally nothing in their culture they own. Nothing in their culture they create. I know certain men think tea's made in Yorkshire, but I've got news for you, man. It's not.
Bro, you know, trust me.
You know, like that. You know what I mean? Tea's Indian. Do you know what I mean? They get their spices from the Caribbean. They get everything's imported. They've stole it all. And then these same people came to the country after the war, built this country after the Germans bombed the shit out of it, yeah? And then, them man told everyone to go back home. It don't make sense. You know,
but we all know, that's why we all know, if everyone did go back home across the whole world, yeah, we know that UK will struggle in it. UK don't have their own crops to feed you across your diet. Do you know what I'm saying? We know it's not like a typical tropical country. You can't survive here.
We would all be on a potato diet, bruv.
Trust me, that's it.
Potato and strawberries.
Potatoes and strawberries. That's the only 2 things that's growing here. You know, everything else, import.
Man. Man, why are current ballers not as gifted as past ballers? Like, the games, there's loads of different things. The game's changed, 1. 2, there's too much money in the game. And I'd say, when I say the game's changed, let me get into it, yeah? Like, football now is more system-based. Back in the day, it was more individual player-based. What I mean by that is, when you look at the old times, like even when you look at Real Madrid, bruv, Real Madrid in the Galacticos, Zidane played left midfield, bruv, in a 4. Do you know what I mean? Like, the team wasn't balanced, but back in them days, it was all about just getting the best players and just sticking them in the team. Now, it's all about getting the best player for the position that to fit the system. And that's what it's about now. They're not just shoehorning great players into teams. It's all about the system, bruv. So when you look at Liverpool, prime example, on paper, their midfield shit. With all due respect, their best players are 7 out of 10 in the midfield.
And like you said, because a play is all about system, players are not given sometimes. Some of the players that should get maybe more freedom, they don't get that freedom anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? They have the freedom that maybe JJ Kocher would have had. Do you know what I'm saying? Back then. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, now you're there to do a job, a particular type of job.
Yeah.
You're moving. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why there's certain players that are not given that they're not given that freedom. If they were, you would see them come out. There's still top quality players in the game at the moment.
Yeah.
But you'll never see them maybe the same way that you saw some of the greats of the old. Do you know what I'm saying?
These men are restricted now, bro. Back in the day, what position did Eric Cantona play? Whichever one he fucking felt like.
100%.
Certain men think Eric Cantona was a striker, but he never played on the last man in his life, bro. He went wherever he wanted to go. He played. Sometimes he looked like an attacking midfielder, the positions he was picking up. He literally just went wherever he wanted. In today's football, you don't really have players that play like that anymore, because with the systems, you can't afford to have a player like that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's completely different. We went from having 2 up front to the 1 up front. So now the 1 up front, the striker, it's less about technical ability and more about having the athleticism and the strength to run the line, hold the play, and link it, bro.
By the way, I think sometimes comes at a downside to certain players. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think, for example, if Martial had more freedom in the last couple of years, you'd have seen madness. And obviously, he's already doing well now, but I'm saying a real madness. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gave him proper freedom to run the lines in the final third. Trust me. But he's the sort of player that if you give him some space, and maybe towards the end of this season, maybe if we wrapped up a spot or something, we can see a bit of that. But I don't know if Ollie would do that. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's a perfect sort of player that I know if he had more freedom and he was given more room to breathe in terms of not always worrying about tactics and positioning or where I am in this system, you'll see a mad thing. You'll see a madness.
So this is the same with Eden Hazard. Yeah, people forget Eden Hazard's not a winger. He never was a winger, but he played a lot of time at Chelsea. Yeah, from wide, but he's a number 10, bro. You know what I mean? If Hazard was given the freedom to just roam the pitch and pick up the ball wherever he wanted, he would have scored a lot more goals for Chelsea. Like, people say, oh, his goal record's not that good, but he's playing from the left. Do you know what I mean? It's restricting, bro. You know what I mean? Whereas if Hazard played probably in the late 90s, he would have probably played as a second striker because he wouldn't have played as a winger. You see what I'm saying? So the systems change things. So the likes of your JJs, your Del Pieros, all of these guys, Ronaldinho's, had the freedom to play in a game where it wasn't really do a job. It was just go out there and play football. Now it's all, you want your number 6 to do this, your number 8 to do that, your number 10 to do this. Do you know what I mean?
The only players that's got 100% freedom is Ronaldo and Messi, innit? They can do whatever they want.
Only players. The tactics don't even apply to them. And Neymar as well. Neymar does what the hell he wants to do.
I can't see anyone telling Messi what to do. No tactics. Messi's probably just thinking, no.
Literally, go out there and play football. And man, no, if Messi's out of position, you just need to fill in for him. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you look at other teams,
for him, you know, you
have to fill in for him, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But in other teams now, you look at like Chelsea and that, for instance, Tammy Abraham, he's got one job, bruv. Run the line, occupy man, and just hold the ball up. Do you know what I mean? A link play. Yeah, you're going to score goals, but nowadays, the striker that plays up front, his main job is not to score goals. It's to facilitate the attack now. Whereas back in the day, the number 9's sole purpose was just to notch. And now, they need more to their game now. Like when you look at the likes of Andy Cole and all these guys, brilliant goal scorers, but could you imagine Coley up front on his own in a 4-3-3? That's not his game.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? That's not his game back to goal. You know what I mean?
And that's why there's a lot of strikers now who hasn't got mad numbers, but they're still massively respected. For me, you know what I'm saying? And McGoldrick, I think it's McGoldrick at Sheffield United.
Yeah.
He scored like 2 goals all season, but he's a starting 11 fixture every week. You know what I'm saying? He does a job, he holds it up, and he allows the players to come into play. So, yeah.
But this is it. So there's loads of different things. And also the money aspect, bruv, now you could be a millionaire. Well, not could be. You're a millionaire before you're playing in the first team these days if you're playing at a top club. What incentive do you have, as a working class boy, coming off a council estate, to want to be the best player you could ever be in your life if your family are already taken care of and you're rich and you know you're never going to have to work when you retire? The only incentive comes from self-motivation. And guess what? Even the most elite athletes, don't have the self-motivation. Now, even at the top level, bro, like even when I was speaking to my guy about like Tyson Fury, for instance, people can say, he got to the top here. He achieved all he wanted to achieve, and then he just fell off. Whereas you look at Ronaldo got to the top, and then he wanted to stay there, bro, because Ronaldo's self-motivated. Ronaldo's not motivated by, I won the title now, so that's it. Ronaldo,
I say that every single time. I'm like, that's what people need to understand about footballers, isn't it? Is that they've all got different goals in their life, innit? Like, some of these footballers come into the game where they're just happy-go-lucky. They're just happy to kick ball.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, I'm making good money and I'm feeding my family and I'm doing what I love. That's it. They're not worried about all of this, trying to become one of the greatest of all time and all of this stuff. Then you get some players who just want to win trophies. They don't mind sitting on the bench for 90% of the season. As long as they pick up a trophy at the end of the season, that's it. But then you get some people who is all about legacy. You know what I'm saying? They want to be beyond. They don't just want to win 1 or 2 Premier Leagues. They want to win 5, 6, or they want to win 3 or 4 Champions Leagues. They want to be one of the greatest of all time. And you got to realize it works in every single space like that. If you go and work at the bank, there's some people who are massively motivated to become bank manager or to own the bank one day. But then there's some people just there to collect a check so they can go to Zara on Saturday. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple. Big differences.
But this is it. So a lot of these footballers, you think about it. Imagine you're a millionaire by the time you turn 20 years old. Mason Greenwood will be a millionaire by the time he's 20 years old.
Mad.
What fucking incentive is there?
How much is he on?
He signed a new deal. He's probably on about 15 grand a week, bro. Which doesn't sound like a lot for footballers, but in real terms, 15 bags a week, bro. That's 60k a month.
Yeah, that'll probably get bumped up again soon.
Exactly, and he'll get a new deal again. Do you know what I mean? There's talks of Angel Gomez new deal being around 30,000 a week. Do you know what I mean? 30,000 a week, bro. He's a millionaire. He's a millionaire, bro. And he's what 19? Bruv, 1920. Fucking hell, bruv. You know, like that. Millionaire. Imagine you sign a contract here that makes you a millionaire at 20 years old, yeah? And you know that you still got 10 more years minimum on that amount of money, bro. What incentive is there for you to be like, yo, I'm going to keep improving. I want to be the best in the world. Most people just don't have that motivation in them. Their motivation for playing football is, they love football. But ultimately, I want to get my family out of poverty. Now my family are never going to be poor again. What's the motivation, bro? I'll go and sit on the bench for 110 grand a week like Phil Jones.
But that's the reason why you always got to respect the players who go the extra mile, who's and not even just in football, but in every sport. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's boxing, you know what I'm saying? There's boxers who were rich 10 years ago and they're still fighting. They don't have to. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's when you can tell it's about more than money. Look at tennis. Great example with Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer. Their man were legends 5 years ago, 10 years ago. They're still banging out. Do you know what I mean? So that proves they have got reasons that beyond money. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not just about that, but for some it is just about that.
Right, Mason's on 30 bags already. So Mason Greenwood's a millionaire. There you go. Mason Greenwood's a millionaire. He's 19. You see what I mean? And then you look at, this guy's clearly pointing out, where is it? No, that's not the one. Lewis Hamilton, Roger Federer. These men are multi-millionaires, yeah? And what drives these guys, yeah, and the reason why they'll go down as the greatest ever in their fields is because their motivation doesn't come from money. It doesn't come from just financial. It doesn't just come from, okay, cool, I've won this now, I'm gonna stop. Nah. Do you know what I mean?
Let's not get it twisted. A lot of these people, like, I remember watching a documentary about Serena Williams. Do you know what I'm saying? And she just had a baby or something. She was playing against players who were so hungry, just starting and just getting into the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And she was still beating them. Yeah. They don't even need to play. Do you know what I'm saying? So always look for them players across all the sports, innit? Because they're the ones who are different gravy. Do you know what I'm saying?
And there's a reason why they're in the minority, Akeem. There's a reason why they're in the minority, because they're wired differently. Do you know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, to be fucking 50 and 0, this, that, and the other. He's retired and the guy's still training like he's still fighting, bro. Because it's a way of life to him, bro. There can only be one player like that, one fighter like that a generation, because that kind of dedication is not for everyone. So imagine if you're a working class boy coming from an environment where your family have had nothing and you can give them anything they want. Bruv, what fucking motivation? It's hard enough to be motivated when you ain't got shit, bruv. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine when you've got everything.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Bruv, what them man are saying, yo, like, who do you think was better, the two, Cantona or Bergkamp? I think Bergkamp was better, personally.
Yeah, I think Bergkamp was better, yeah. I think I think that Cantona's got more clutch moments, innit? Yeah, he got more clutch moments. Even saying that's hard, they're hard to say, because Bergkamp had a few clutch moments still. Like, he had 5 or 6 clutch moments that's probably better than anything I've seen
But what? No, but I mean, like FA Cup winning goal against Liverpool, Eric Cantona's block.
What Bergkamp done against Argentina at the World Cup was
different. Yeah, you're right. But for Arsenal, I don't know if there's any Arsenal fans in here. I don't know Arsenal too well, yeah. But has Bergkamp got any FA Cup winning goals, like cup winning goals or league winning goals or anything? Because Eric Cantona turned up many times when we needed, man. That's one thing I know. Whereas with Cantona, he missed a penalty in the FA Cup final where we beat you. No, semi-final where Giggsy scored the
one thing about Cantona though is Cantona was more of a presence, I think, in the
personality, and a presence.
So it all depends if we're talking about better. There's so many different ways.
Yeah, but I think just on pure ability, bro, like and just finesse and everything. I prefer Bergkamp because
I would say Bergkamp still.
I prefer Bergkamp because Bergkamp plays more similar to how I like to see the game played. More finesse, more guile, depth of touch and that. But
you must have loved RVP then.
Yeah, he's my favorite. He's my favorite United striker of all time, man. Percy, bro. Favorite, bro, because he plays exactly how I love to see the game play, bro. Like just mad finesse.
My man came with mad finesse. Trust me, like in years to come, like I want Man United fans. They need to put respect on Berber and RVP for what some of the stuff that they done in the Man United shirt were different gravy. Still, I know across the board, Berbatov wasn't that good overall in it, where his legacy wouldn't be lasted, but some of the tech that he done was mad. But RVP, that season, that's one of the single best seasons I've seen
in period in the United shirt. Period.
Bro, he was the second coming of Bergkamp, innit? Not as good, don't get too, but bro, he had that still. He had that touch. So
exactly.
Big up.
Right, exactly. I'm saying sometimes it's not motivation. They are just that good and make lots of money because I don't think Maradona was motivated by anything by LSD. See, I disagree, bruv. I disagree because at the end of the day, it is motivation, bruv. Because it's so easy. Look at Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho is the most talented footballer we've ever seen. The reason why Ronaldinho never done it for a long time is because he wasn't motivated.
Yeah.
So he said, fuck this, I'm going to the club, bruv.
Straight up. And he
was getting helicopters, from his yard to go to Madrid to party, prostitutes and that, and then come into training the next day and that, bruv, in the same clothes and that.
But don't get twisted though. Sometimes, sometimes, and it depends on how you work. It depends how you work out motivation, innit? It's like Maradona still had the motivation to constantly keep coming back and putting in mad performances, innit?
And to win a World Cup for his country, bro. That was motivation for him.
Exactly. And it's like he's very similar, the way I see him, in the football sense to Dennis Rodman, innit? He had his fun, but then he came back and done the business, innit, when he needed to. You know what I'm saying? But don't get twisted. When we ever have conversations about Maradona, is he better than Ronaldo or Messi? No, he's not, because Ronaldo and Messi are more consistent for a longer period of time. But Maradona deserves his respect beyond his ability, innit, because he came back and done it time and time again. So
absolutely, bruv. And that's what it is. So it doesn't matter.
People are mocking Maradona still.
Maradona was a proper cokehead though. Like, man know that, innit? Like, literally, man was narcos, blood.
I still need to watch the film still. I ain't even seen it.
Bro, Maradona is a mad youth, And this is the thing. But it wasn't just ability, bro, because you can see the passion. When Maradona was scoring and screaming in the camera and that, you can't tell me that this bro wasn't motivated. Like, he was motivated, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, Ronaldinho had no motivation.
Let's not get twisted. There's when you have that starting 11, there is some of them man on that starting 11 that doesn't really mind if they win or lose. Yeah, they might sound different, bro. Some of them are just kicking ball. They'll go home. They'll eat dinner. They'll kiss their wife and they'll go to bed. Like, it's no big deal, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? They don't love the club that much. Yeah, maybe they're worrying about their contract or they're thinking about money, bro. Yeah. Let's not get twisted. But there's some players who you can tell they wear their heart on their sleeve. And Maradona's one of them players. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, big up to Napoli as well, winning the Coppa Italia last night as well. They beat Juve
I swear that's the first thing they've won probably since Maradona.
Yeah, bro, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm always pleased, bro. Like Juve, someone's got to break that clutch that Juve's had.
Ronaldo's lost his last 2 finals, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's gone now, mate.
Bro. Yeah,
he's gone now. He's on his way out now, Ronnie. Now he's getting linked to the move away from Juventus and the move back to Man United. No thanks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like now he wants to come back to us now when he's old. Yeah, we wanted you when you left Real Madrid, mate.
Yeah, bro, man, don't want nothing to do with Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. I wouldn't even take him. Bro.
Ollie would take him though.
Yeah, of course he would. I wouldn't take Ronaldo for 50 M's. I wouldn't take him. No, not worth it, mate.
Then you got to build a squad around him.
Exactly,
these times when Marcus has the ball, he's got to look up and pass it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, Ronaldo's going to be slapping his hands and
yeah, but get out of here, man. Do you know what I'm saying? He's finished now. Do you know what I mean? He's finished now. Messi's still going strong. I feel like the debate it's not even a debate anymore, isn't it? I think we can see clearly, like the difference in the level between the two of them now. I always say you can always tell the full extent of someone's greatness, when they lose their legs, innit? You know what I'm saying? And Messi's lost half a yard and he's still rapid. Ronaldo's lost half a yard, still rapid, but everything else just isn't happening, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no way Ronaldo's better than Messi. He's never been better than Messi. Messi came on the scene, as a teenager, and he's still doing the same thing now. Like, Messi's game has not changed, bro.
All right, you see the clip from the other day. Come on, man.
Oh, bruv. Listen, Ronaldo's had to change his game, to stay relevant in football. Literally, Messi ain't changed his game at all, bruv. Like, he's still playing the same way, blood. And in 3 years, he's saying Messi's 3 years younger than Ronaldo. And in 3 years, Messi will still be doing what he's doing now, bruv.
Straight.
He's an alien, bruv. Like, there's levels to this football thing, innit? Messi's on a level of his own.
For real.
You know? So that's just all it is, guys. Make sure you smash the like button, bruv. Well, nearly 800 people watching. Akeem, no, bruv. So, I don't know, man. Yo, Akeem, I can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, you hear me, huh?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So,
but for real, that's all mad. So obviously, we're now back in the Premier League season. There's a couple of big games on tomorrow. Obviously, Man United versus Spurs. Like, what are you saying?
United 2-0.
What, you think it's gonna be a clean sweep? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I don't respect Tottenham. I don't respect them. I just don't respect them, bruv. Like, 3 of the last 4 times he played them, we've beaten them.
Yeah. You know what? Look, like I said, I think it's one of them ones, isn't it? I think it's all about how we line up. I think I'm confident Man United's going to win. It's just by how much, isn't it? Like, I have a feeling he's going to put Pogba on the bench. Like,
I think he starts.
I don't know, man.
I don't think he starts, bro.
He's going to play for so long, innit? And this is where it comes down to. It's like, for me, I would play the best players, innit? When you got the best players available, play them. But I have a feeling he's going to come on in after like 50 minutes or something, or 60 minutes. But we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. But the big question is really, regardless win, lose, or draw, innit? Like the news, because of the news has just come back that the Europa League and the Champions League is coming back in August. Like, I don't know what your thoughts is of that. Like, do you think that round robin style could work? And do you think that it's kind of like the Champions League or the Europa League, there's a higher chance that there could be an upset because it's all in a 3 to 4 week period?
It's a knockout thing, like a tournament, isn't it?
It's basically a tournament. It's all going to be in one location as well.
So it's like going to be a knockout thing, kind of like a mini World Cup thing.
Like a mini World Cup thing, yeah. Exactly.
That's actually wavy, blood. They might need to do it like that all the time, bro. Because we play too many games anyway. I just think that'd be sick, bro. Because then you just see bare different teams winning it.
But that's the mad thing. It don't come back. It don't come back till August 7th, which means I think that finishes to the end of August. So, bro, I have no idea when the new season is going to start. In it, like that's not even.
They say middle of September.
What? So what? No break in that.
Nah, 2 weeks, I know. They've had their fucking break already. Man, have had fucking nearly 10 weeks off, innit?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So them man say, you've had your break now, lads. You get on with it. That's what I think is gonna happen, bro. Get 2 weeks off, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even in them 2 weeks, I'll probably still be training. think we'll have to play all the way through now.
Yeah, for real. But if you could but at this stage of the season, because obviously the FA Cup, I don't know if the FA Cup's coming back. I think it's still touch and go. They're going to see how the next couple of weeks is. But at this stage of the season, what would you take as an acceptable season going forward? Like, if you had to, what would you take?
If we get top four and Europa.
What, winning?
Yeah, I'd say that's a brilliant season.
Yeah, okay.
But I would take the Europa League without a top 4 finish because
it's a trophy.
Because it's a trophy. I feel like a trophy is always more important. I can't be a hypocrite. You know what I mean? As much as I want top 4, I wouldn't want to finish in the top 4 and not win a trophy. Like, for me, that's not great, innit? Like,
once you start doing that, you become an Arsenal, man. You
see what I mean? I feel like if I accepted 4th place and no trophy, I'm sorry, brother. I'd sack the manager for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that they should, but I'm saying as a Manchester United.
What if Man United finish outside the top 4 with no trophy?
Then Oli needs to walk, mate. He needs to walk, bruv.
Because the talk of Poch is gone, boy.
Yeah, but saying that, listen, as much as I'm confident for the season, if we lose a couple games, all of a sudden that Poch talk comes back, because make no mistake about it, I told man, this is the lowest points tally post-Ferguson United have had after the first 29 games. So as much as everything feels good, it ain't.
How many points I got? Something
43 or something like that. 43.
Arsenal out here with 40 points. Just on the relegation number, after 20.
43 points, bro. And remember, you need 40 points to guarantee safety in the Prem. And we've just bust 40 points here, nearly at the end of the season. That's how bad we've been, bro.
Yeah, that is nuts.
You see what I mean? Like, that's poor, bro. Like, so when you think about that, like, even in Moyes' season, we had more points than this at this time. So this is what I'm trying to say to people, Like, it seems good right now, but we're only a couple defeats away from being 9th.
For real.
Like, that's how tight everything is.
Because Sheffield United should have won yesterday as well. That was another joke.
Yeah.
That was another joke.
I saw the whole football, and the whole player was in the goal, bro.
Joke thing.
So I don't really know. If Oli finishes without a title and without top 5, I can't see any reason why.
But he'll get life because of this whole Corona thing. So because of the break, there'll be everyone's going to get excuses because of this, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah. Everyone's going to get the excuses out because, look, we didn't train in, or we got injury, or people haven't come back fit. I don't know. Bro, we'll see, innit? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. What's your match prediction?
Me? I think it'll be a high-scoring one still. So I'm going to go 4-2.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be high-scoring, innit? I think both teams are going to go for it. After watching what happened yesterday, which is going to be a key point, I think they're going to just go for it. It's going to be high-scoring. But I do think Tottenham will get at least one against us, because that's just going to happen, I think.
I was going to say 3-1. However, like, I don't know, bro. I think Wan-Bissaka will deal with Son like he did last few times. And Harry Kane is a slow starter, notoriously. Like, he starts slow, and from I've seen, he looks like.
Yeah, this is like the opening day of the season again, isn't it? It's like
exactly, and he doesn't score in August. So
you don't even know what to expect here. That's the thing. It's like it's all about how we start in the first 10-15 minutes, isn't it? That's going to be the crucial thing that I'm going to be looking at. How we're set up. Like, do we look like we know what we're doing, or do we look like a year ago when we just didn't have a clue in it? And that's what it's going to come down to. Because if we start shaky, bro, we may as well have to we might have to take a 0-0 and just keep it moving.
That's what I'm saying. The man is saying it's the worst Premier League ever, and we're not comfortably in the top 4. Exactly. That's the reality of it. Do you know what I mean? Guys,
we won 12 games, and 2 of them is a back-to-back against City, innit?
Yeah. It's horrible, bro. It's horrible. When you look at it. His win percentage, Darren Moore had a better win percentage at West Brom.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Than Oli, and one of them got sacked.
Yeah.
So this is what it is. So I don't really know in it. I really don't flipping know, guys. It's just we're just gonna have to see what happens. But I'm confident that we'll beat Tottenham by more than a single goal because I think that we're just better than them.
Bro, hopefully that's what it's down to, innit? If it's down
Yeah.
to that, it should be an easy thing. But I don't know.
I'd love to see us do Tottenham what Arsenal got done to by City, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a KG opening, and then I think once the deadlock's broken, I think we'll start to see a bit more of United.
All I'm saying is Tottenham's got life in it, because if this game happened when it should have happened, Man United would have worked them. You know what I'm saying? Because they had nothing. They were on bones. They were about to pull out some youth players into their team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now all of a sudden they got all their full strength team back. But
we don't know how fit they are, but we'll find out.
We'll find out, innit? We'll find out. It's going to be an unpredictable game, that's for sure, innit? But let's see.
100, man. And big up everyone that watched. Make sure you slap that like button if you haven't already. Over 750 for most of it, man. Akeem's @s at the bottom of the screen. Also in the description, I've got the links to his Instagram. And make sure you guys go over there and you follow that. And as usual, same time, same place next week. And I'll see you lot tomorrow, bruv, for the flipping. I'm going to do like a preview for the game tomorrow about at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, hopefully. We won't know the teams yet, but if I do 6 till 7, then I think the teams should come out towards the end of the stream. You know what I mean? So, going to do that then, guys. And, yeah, hopefully we get the 3 points, but I want to punch up Tottenham. Is there football today?
No, there's just playoffs, innit?
Oh,
there's playoffs. Like League 2 playoffs and that. They've jumped straight to the playoffs. So
have they?
Yeah, man.
I thought them lower leagues got cancelled.
That's what I thought, but I'm seeing something different. It looks like they've gone straight to playoffs, innit? So
whoever was in the top 6 just went straight into playoffs.
Bro, that's just mad. So that means League 1 have got relegated. Them teams are getting relegated from League 1, who's in them positions now, bro. Anyway, that's another story. All I'm saying is that them lower league clubs is going to be chaos, innit? There's going to be so many clubs going out of business, like contracts. You're going to see 6 months problems, 6 months worth of problems, innit? And obviously the Liga as well. So there is football.
Real Madrid Valencia today. I think I'll be watching that then.
I think there's football every single day now. There's European football every single day now for the next 6 weeks, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it was like 60 days or something.
Yeah,
like there's football, yeah. It's a great time. It's a great time to be alive, boy. I'll tell you that. So, yeah, I think I'll tune into Real Madrid Valencia today. Catch you tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
With the stadium sound in that.
Oh, bruv, that stadium sounds... Bruv, man will get fouled, yeah? And the crowd's cheering. It's throwing me off before yesterday, man. When the ball goes out for a throw-in, bare man are cheering.
Come like some daytime comedy in that with the laughter. For real.
It's mad, but yeah, Real Madrid Valencia today, 6 o'clock tomorrow, guys. The man's gonna see you for the match builder.
Yes, man. Let's see what happens, innit? Let's see what happens.